thanking God. Oh my goodness. You know, Mary Kay was so wise when she took him as her business partner, and I feel like I'm just honored to be encouraged to do that because without him we could not do any of what we do. You know what? I also have to thank my mom. Did she not look cute in her pink with pink last night? Okay, she is just, you know, many years ago when she started Mary Kay, she had to put on a very brave face to do things that really, really scared her. And what we say now is she had to put her big girl panties on, and I am so glad she did. And my stepdad, George, who has given me so much support and wisdom, oh my goodness, I'm just really glad that they could both be here to share what they've helped to create. I also have some very special people in the room. My family, of course, I'm so privileged and grateful that they've got to be here. And so my husband, Mark, is absolutely incredible. My children, Caitlin and Kyle, are 16 and 14, and we are truly an unstoppable team. And you'll hear more about them, but please give them a hand. Okay, and I couldn't have done this without all of you who went before me. And I know that some of you are like, come on, Brenda, but you know what? You've been out there running, and I've been paying attention. I've been running with you, just not quite as fast always, but I thank you for showing us all how it can be done. And for all the directors that adopt my people all over the United States, and for all the wonderful units that open up their arms and treat them so special, you know what? They deserve a huge round of applause. We appreciate it. Mary Kay Ash would be extremely proud. So, okay, let me give you the speed version of my story. For those of you who may not know, my mom, of course, joined Mary Kay when I was 5 years old, and she provided an awesome lifestyle for us. But I must say that I never really thought about it as a child. I never really looked at her as working. And so I didn't really think it would be my path. I mean, I'm not sure why I didn't want luxury trips, more diamond rings that you wear on all your fingers and toes, big honking paychecks, and all those kind of things. But, you know, I just thought that was for her. So when I was trying to decide where to go to school, I found out that our household family income was too much for me to get a grant. So she didn't have a real job. How is that going to happen, right? And so I just kind of started being curious. And I started asking her about Mary Kay. Now you have to visualize this. You saw how classy she was, right? Okay. I'm a senior in high school. The favorite outfit of mine is jeans. Probably the only outfit I ever wore, jeans. I was never wearing lipstick, let alone even lip gloss. I mean, all of that was for her and her age friends, not me. So when I started asking questions about Mary Kay, can you imagine how excited she got? Yeah, well, like a good recruiter, she sat down and shared the whole marketing plan with me. And forgive me for my thoughts, she didn't know this at the time, but when she got done, and I was working at the time, but I needed a job once I left Topeka, Kansas, and went to K-State. So when she got done sharing marketing with me, I just remember in my brain, without saying it out loud, oh my gosh. So if I sold one mascara, I could buy a pitcher of beer. Okay. I apologize if I offended anybody, but I was 18, and that's about as big as the brain was at the point. And what I want to say to you all is look as far as you can see, and when you get there, you can see farther. Okay? I had a really, really good time in college. back to Topeka, decided not to finish college at that point, wasn't sure what I was going to do. I moved into a house with 4 other girls, me, my little Mary Kay office, my cat, and 4 other women, and I thought to myself, okay, well, I'll just figure out what I'm really going to do. I wanted you all to know that until I was 30 is when I got married, but for all that time, I never had to get another job. I supported myself with Mary Kay income, and you can too. Now, you know what? Some people say, oh my gosh, that seems hard, or was that easy? Oh my goodness. How many of you have other jobs? Are they always easy? Okay, so you know what? It's so worth it. And for me, it didn't happen overnight. My mom taught us to work hard and play hard. And should I just say I can do both really well? But the thing of it is, I had a very smart mom. And when I would wake up and not have the money to cover my bills, guess who I could not run home to? If y'all have a Mary Kay mom, you know what she would say.
Call the shop.
Go book a class. And so I thought I would just save her the breath, and I would just get on the phone, and I would do my work, and before long I could pay my bills, and I could keep going. And you know what I learned from that? That we can do whatever we want if we will just take the next step. It builds our confidence. That confidence just helps us to keep going. And, you know, I may not have sat here the first time I came to seminar or the 10th time. I did cook every single year I've ever been in Mary Kay. But every time I probably dreamt more of being closer to the stage. So sometimes you can't visualize yourself looking as beautiful, but let me tell you a secret, they do your hair and makeup backstage, so they really help you out. So anyway, so for 31 years I've lived this incredible journey as a consultant or a director, working with really busy women that are raising children, women with executive incomes, just all kinds. And what I want everyone to know, which I'm sure you've already figured out, is that, you know what? Our worst day is better than most of their best. Do you agree? So, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. So all those small steps helped me become a director. The month I turned 21 years old, then I moved to Kansas City, and I bought a condo, and I bought Chiefs season tickets, and I had a really pretty shiny red boat, because that's what I like to do, and I volunteered for Battered Women's Task Force, and all the things that I like to volunteer for, and I still had plenty of time to travel. I mean, who wouldn't want a life like that? I had been in Mary Kay long enough by that point that I had heard so many women say, gosh, I just wish I would have. Oh, if only I had. And I never wanted to say that, and I can honestly say that I've never had to say that. In April 1993, I met my now husband. We were married within a year. He was super incredible. And, you know, the neatest thing is we met in April, and we were finishing our first $500,000 year. And so I was going and blowing. I was so excited. And so I met him, fell in love with him, wanted to spend time with him. Didn't have a whole lot of extra time, but what I found quickly, or what he told me later, I guess, is that he was really attracted to that ambition, to that commitment to help women's lives change. He really loved that, which was really good, because then after we got married, I thought I was supposed to stay home and try to cook and all those kind of things, and it didn't take him very long to go, why don't you go back to work a little more? So, a year and a half later, we had our first daughter. And again, this time, one of the reasons I fell in love with Mark is because we were both so willing to grow. So in the very beginning, we did goal posters. And we had a goal poster of this beautiful home on the lake, and we thought that was on down the road. And Kaylee was like 6 months old, and we found that home and moved into it. And we're so excited. We loved it there. However, life always has its little, twist, and when the kids were 1 and 3, Mark got a promotion, and they wanted us to move here to Dallas. I love Dallas. All the nice people in the Mary Kay world, I just said, sure. So we moved here, and I have always been very considerate, I hope, of his desire to climb the corporate ladder. You know, I feel like we mostly put his job first, mostly because we had to, because that was just such a big goal to him, and I was fine spending a lot of time with the kids. But some years that meant that we were going on luxury trips and having so much fun with his business. Other times, like 3 different times, that meant that he was without a job like that. Boy, did we start really being thankful for Mary Kay. And one thing that is certain is that my Mary Kay pink bubble that I lived in and loved so much has never changed. It's always been there for us, and it's there for you too. Okay, so the Olympics started, right? And a few months ago, I heard they had some of the athletes on TV, and they were talking about, you know, well, gosh, do you feel like you missed a childhood? Do you feel like you have sacrificed too much? And what I thought was so interesting is that every athlete, different sports, all said, well, gosh, I don't know. I mean, I got to go to the Olympics. And, you know, I think what y'all don't realize if you haven't been in Mary Kay for very long is that you will feel like that too. You're not giving up anything that you're not going to miss. I mean, this year, my yard is not as pretty as I would love it to be. I like to mess with my flowers and all that stuff. And the house is not as perfectly organized as Mark would like it to be. But, you know, I'm kind of thinking when we're in Monte Carlo and Provence, France, he won't be thinking about that. What do you think? Long-term gain is something that really needs to be taught in this world. Do you think that we've gotten away from that a little bit? You know, it's all about gratification, here and now, let's do it. And I just really am proud that we can kind of pass that on to people. So if you have to sacrifice a little bit, trust me, it's not going to kill anybody, okay? This year, Kyle, my son, he plays basketball a lot in tournaments and different things, and we love it. As a family, we go to a lot of things together. But you know what? Sometimes when he would have his 5 basketball games on the weekend, I would only maybe go to 3 of them. But I never miss more than 2. And many times I would be the mom sitting out in the car with it running on the phone, doing 3-way interviews, and then running back in there for the game to start. And I'm sure some of the other moms thought, where does she go? But you know what? I could sit and visit with them all the time, and I spent lots of time sitting and visiting with them. That was what was important to us, and you know what? It's paid off for everybody. Now, my Caitlin, who's 16, has been an incredible help through this whole journey of getting ready for seminar. She did learn, however, that when you're cute and young, you look good in about any dress, but when you try to take your mama out shopping, it's a little bit more work. But we had a lot of fun. And the thing of it is that she, this week, I think, actually, we go to Ohio, and I will go as Caitlin's mom, okay? She's in a wakeboarding competition, and I will be her mom. I'll do whatever she needs for me to support her. And then 2 weeks after that, we'll be in Wisconsin, and I'll be doing the same thing for her. Because we work hard when we can, we get to go do the things that we want to do, and that's such an important concept for everybody to know. Let's see. I think that, and in between, she gets to go to Lake Tahoe with a friend, okay? Kyle just got back from the Bahamas. He spent a week in Atlantis with friends. Now, both of those trips, I will tell you that those are our family friends, and they have asked our whole family to go, and Mark and I decided not to because of the goals that we both have right now. But again, when we're over in France, do you think we'll mind that we didn't go pay for our own vacation? No! Okay, so, you know, what I want you to know too is that there have been years when Mark has been 100% knowing what's going on in our Mary Kay life. Know every consultant, what they're doing and everything. And there has been a lot of years when he has no idea. And that's just because of his job being all-consuming and his travel schedule being so crazy. And when he'd come home, he didn't necessarily want to hear about all my consultants and who had a facial and who did this and who did that. And that's okay. I was going to do my thing. He out working hard, and when we came together to spend time with the kids. You guys, that's okay. It didn't mean that he didn't support me 100%. It doesn't mean I wasn't going to take him on the next trip. So I just think that you just got to learn whatever your family's going to go through, and you will learn to succeed the way you're supposed to. So here's what I want to say real quick. Everybody, do you know your goals? You've been at seminar for 3 days. You have an idea of what you want, right? Okay, the next step, don't compare yourself to anybody else. You know the next step for you. So I want you to put your blinders on like this. Okay, keep them up there, and you're going to start running towards your goal. Running like a racehorse. That's why they do it to racehorses. They put their blinders on. Keep your blinders on, because there's people falling back there. There's people way ahead of you. If you have your blinders on, who do you think you're going to be looking for? The people up there. If you're running fast and you're doing great, how many more people do you think you can help? A lot more. So put your blinders on, and I ask you, are you going to go home and tell everybody, oh my gosh, seminar, wow, I'm so exhausted? Or are you going to go home and make your family dreams come true? Because one woman can. I think you will. One woman can, and you can do it further and faster if you put your blinders on.